All right, guys, my name's Pankratz. Thanks for coming out tonight. I'm going to be taking you tonight through the language of online teenagers. And first, we got to understand who they are. And I'm going to start this off with a little bit. Matthew McConaughey. That's what I love about them high school girls. I get older, they say the same age. Granted, I just wanted to do a Matthew McConaughey impersonation on stage, but it is important to notice that these teens are the same age, but they're always changing. But we're going to go through this spelling bee style, because I feel like a 13-year-old always wins the spelling bee. And we're going to take a look at the word teenager. And we're going to start with the origin. Now, this is kind of crazy, but the word teenager has actually only been around since 1920. But teenager means something different now than it used to. So usually, like when you were older, or like a long time ago, 17 is like half your life. Now, oh my God, is your teenager. And then like that's a phase in between little like cookie girl and then like sexy cookie girl at a first fraternity party. Google tells us that a teenager is 13 through 19. Thanks a lot, Google. I can count. But James Vanderbeek tells us that a teenager is a bag of unsteady hormones. And I think that's pretty close. Part of speech, it can be an adjective, it can be a noun. It's also pretty confusing when you talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because it's kind of both. And they're also the biggest, most badass teenagers I've probably ever seen. What up, 90s? I hear you. I hear you in the crowd. So what are they using online? Yeah, Windows 95. They're not fucking using that. Zach Morris, yeah, he might be talking on that phone, but he's not texting. But they are using this technology. Let's take a real look at perhaps what they are using. You know, most of them have a laptop. Most of them have a desktop. Very few of them have tablets. Parents, we're looking to you. They're like, come on, Mom, Dad, give me that iPad. And then like 60% own smartphones. Now back to the tablets. See, they're going to come back and get you here because you didn't buy them that iPad. Their monthly data usage from Q3 of 2010 to Q3 of 2011 grew by over 300%. So I hope you got that T-Mobile Unlimited or else it stacks. So you should have got that iPad. But sure, so what are they doing online? Well, to the dismay of millions of 13-year-old boys, they are not having pillow fights on chat roulette. So that is a bummer. Huge bummer. That's not what they're doing online in the least. What they are doing is they're on Facebook, so 72% are writing on other people's walls. Those are the people they like. 71% are looking at other people's profiles. Those are the creepers and the stalkers. And 71% of people use the like button, which is absolutely, totally normal and the function of Facebook. So I got nothing to say about that. They are hiding stuff, any parents in the crowd. They're clearing their browsing history. They're shutting down their windows when you walk by. 33% are visiting porn sites. What do we learn from this? They like their lives private. Also, we've learned that a lot of them are lying about how much porn they're watching. What are they actually saying online? So we're actually going to dive into some stuff here and figure out what they're saying. My least favorite of what they're actually saying online is YOLO. I hate YOLO, and I gotta agree with Jack Black here that YOLO is just carpe diem for stupid people. All right? So really, it's an excuse to act like an idiot. So, I mean, and that's fine. I mean, I had a lot of stupid things when I was a teenager. I get it. But there's another one similar to that's swag. Now, if swag were as cool as Will Ferrell, I'd be okay with it. But again, it's just another excuse. And what they haven't figured out yet is that swag will not pay bills or for school. So at age 20, when they have to pay for their own thing, they'll forget swag, they'll get a job. Sorry, I'm not sorry. This has actually been around for a long time, guys. And when I was a teenager, what it came in the form of was, no offense, but. Now it's just, sorry, I'm not sorry. It's a slap in the face before you actually slap them in the face. Now we have abbreviations. Totes, jelly, preach, brah, what up, girl? Totally, jealous, appreciate. Someone could be like, I'm totes jelly, you're going to Ignite tonight. And we're like, preach you for coming out and supporting me, brah. So that's kind of how that works. We are going to think, these are real posts. This is a real post right here. People over 30 should not make out. Guys, I'm not 30, but I know some of you are. And I want you to make out, like, right now. Because I'm going to be 30 someday. I got two right there. Ignite babies. A day in the life of a teenager on Twitter. You start out loving somebody. They're fickle-minded by the end of the day. Block and follow. She was talking to that other guy. Not going to happen. Sorry, I'm not sorry. No longer following you. The next one's my favorite. The world's supposed to end in 63 days when I found this, and I guess I'm dying a virgin. I really want to have sex is the translation, but I don't know how to spell. They're not even spelling things right. But guys, don't worry. Honestly, don't worry. This reminds me of a quote from Mark Twain. When I was a boy of 14, my father was so ignorant, I could barely stand to have the old man around. But when I got to be 21, I was astonished by how much he'd learned in 7 years. Guys, I told that to my dad just like a month ago for his birthday. These teenagers will grow out of it. Thanks, y'all. You've been great.